When Donald Trump first announced Pete Hegseth as his nominee for Secretary of Defense, it was almost laughable. I don't think anybody took it seriously. Pete Hegseth? The guy from Fox fucking News? Now, Pete was in the military, but at low and mid levels, nowhere near where you'd have to be the Secretary of Defense. He did run some veterans organizations, much smaller than the Department of Defense, and he ran them into the ground, and there was some legal issues with that. Not to mention the fact that Pete Hegseth has a serious drinking problem, and he's seriously a sexual predator. No one in their right mind would think he could get confirmed to be the Secretary of Defense. But time went on and they had the hearing. And frankly, in the hearing, Pete Hegseth was an absolute failure. He couldn't answer any questions. He danced around. He looked arrogant. He looked stupid. Anybody with a right mind said, no way, this guy's making it through this hearing. Yet some of the Republicans walked out of there and said, I don't know, he looks pretty good. Really? How? Well, it came down to the vote, and it was a close one. There are 53 Republicans and 47 Democrats. The final vote was 50-50. Now, what's interesting is 3 Republicans decided to vote against Pete Hegseth: Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, and Mitch McConnell. Isn't that interesting? We'll get back to that in a moment. So it all came down to the tiebreaker. And guess who gets the tiebreaker? Well, the Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance, he voted for Hegseth, and now he's going to be the Secretary of Defense. So what the fuck is going on here? Why would all these Republicans vote for him when they know he's an absolute fucking disaster? Well, they're complicit, and they are bending the knee to Donald Trump. Donald Trump really wanted this guy confirmed. Mainly because everybody said it was a ridiculous decision, that no way he could get confirmed. So that's when Donald Trump says, fuck it, we're going to make this happen. And how did he make it happen? Well, he went to a lot of Republicans, these gutless, cuckold motherfuckers, and said, listen, if you don't vote for Pete Hegseth, we're going to primary you. Which I don't even know is really that big a deal because he's done it before and typically he fails. But these Republicans are coward. And that's how we got Pete Hegseth as a Secretary of Defense. Now, why the Mitch McConnell thing is interesting. You wouldn't have thought that Mitch McConnell would vote against Donald Trump, would you? But I think Mitch McConnell is about had it with Donald Trump. And Mitch McConnell at this point has nothing to lose. Donald Trump has no leverage over Mitch McConnell. He's already announced he's going to retire. He's not going to run for re-election. So he can do what the fuck he wants between now and then. Now make no mistake, Mitch McConnell is an evil motherfucker. But he doesn't like Donald Trump either. This was a message sent to Donald Trump that things aren't going to get easy in this term, and Mitch McConnell isn't going to be your friend. More importantly, you can't do shit, you orange motherfucker. So, we got Pete Hegseth as the Secretary of Defense. There's nothing we can do about it now except wait for this guy to fuck up. And he will fuck up just like his boss will fuck up. Important thing to remember, during Donald Trump's first 4-year term, how many Secretaries of Defense did he have? He had either like 4 or 5 in that 4-year period. So, Pete probably isn't going to last long.